enemy, not fighting each other with the same historical background. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Fighting in the cause of Allah here may be fighting the designated enemy. Like they have a designated driver when everybody's drunk. The designated enemy. And we know who that is. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Whether it's the people of Yemen, whether it's the people of Afghanistan, 20-year war, whether it's the people of Iran, whether it's the Hezbollah in Lebanon, all of those are very good people, and they're under a serious... Can you imagine what's happening to the people of Yemen when they're fighting a war and the richest Arab country in the world is fighting the poorest Arab country in the world? Saudi Arabia is fighting and backing, right, the war against the people of Yemen. You've seen the pictures. A little child may have an arm big as your finger. You see them on TV, right? And the U.S. is behind that. So technically we got it good because this is a psychological, ethical struggle we got to do here. So actually, if you had to choose all the struggles, Palestine, Yemen, Iran, Hezbollah, all right, all of that, what they done destroyed all of Syria, they destroyed Libya before, right? For us, that's a physical, no, for them that's a physical confrontation. For us, it's a psychological, ethical confrontation, right? That we have to outgrow what we have been taught by the system. Let me get on a minute. Because right here it says, Mata Nasrullah. So the people under so much pressure and what have you, they have a cry, Mata Nasrullah. And then the response is, Ala inna Nasrullahul Kareeb. They cried. They were so pressed under a prophet, and even the prophet and those who were with them cried out at this time. This is right in the 40. When will come the help of Allah? The help of Allah is always near. This is what we have to remember. Not the mumbling and grumbling that the people put on us. Mata Nasrullah. Ala inna Nasrullahul Kareeb. When will Allah's help come? Verily, the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always near. And remember that Ibrahim was tried by his Lord with certain commands which he fulfilled. He said, I will make thee an imam to the nations. He pleaded, and also imams of my offspring? He answered, but my promise is not within the reach of the evildoers. This is when Ibrahim alayhi salam becomes the imam of the nations. That's what Ibrahim, I don't care whether you're Christian, back to Ibrahim, right? If you're a Jew, back to Ibrahim. If you're a Muslim, back to Ibrahim. He's considered, that's why they call those three the Abrahamic religions. Because at some time during this religious period, everything revolves around Ibrahim. So he was obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inna Ibrahim khana umatan, right? Umatan, kanitan lillahi. He's a ummah, umatan. He's ummah, all by himself. In the first part of the khutbah, I'll close with that because that's our lesson. that we're going to return to Allah. And none of these Negroes out here are going to be able to help you on the day of judgment. Not one of them. I don't care. None of the white folks, they're going to be sweating bullets themselves. If you have to stand all by yourself, which is common, as a community, we used to function with everybody. But the position we have, which everybody agrees that is Islam, 175%, but you're going to make this people mad, that people mad. I might lose my job. The FBI going to come visit. All of that. This is not what the Quran says. Inna Ibrahima kana umatan kanitan lillahi. He stood all by himself. I'm saying to us as a community, bump the Negroes out there. Bump all the Zionists. Because none of them going to get you into heaven, and can't none of them keep you out. Isn't that right? None of them going to get you into paradise, and none of them, including the Negroes, going to be able to keep you out. So what I'm saying is, let's give it a try. Let's give it a shot. You know, let's say, let's hold the Quran up to what it say it'll do, right? Right? But we have to do our part too. And history have proven that when you stand by the Quran will stand by you. Aqulu qawli hadha wa astaghfirullah li wa lakum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. It's sometimes nice to have a vision of a nice utopian vision. Now the vision that we get about life is dystopian, right? Not utopian. Utopia just means a good place. There's a song we remember, everybody heard it and everybody sung it. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, land that I heard of once in a lullaby. This truth stuff we talking about here sounds like a lullaby, sounds like a dream tale, isn't that right? Sounds like a fairy tale. We're going to make a better world, and we're going to try to do this. And then after you die, if you've been good, you're going to go to heaven. Tell the truth, man. That sounds like a dream tale that you tell little children. You be good. You're going to go up there to heaven. It's going to be nice. If you're bad, there's a guy down there at a pitchfork, he's ugly, he's stroking the fire, right? And people get modern. See, now we living in a modern time. So you got science coming at you, engineering, and artificial intelligence coming at you. And it's saying, y'all believe in that? To tell you the truth, Muslims are doing all right because we stick it. But Christians, you ever notice, is dwindling fast. You know why? Because they're trying to be reasonable and modern. Right? And you're going to believe in the Bible, and it says God made the heavens and the earth, and 6 days, on the seventh day he rested. That's a tired God. Right? And you believe in a God that gets tired? That's what the Bible says, all right? He rested. You rest when you get tired. Don't make sense, right? For us. Because our Quran says the creation of it tired him not. He ain't get tired. He ain't need no sleep. He ain't got none of that going on. But this la-la land is way off somewhere, right? And with all of this whizzy, googly stuff, you got to have some strong psychological utensils to hold on to your deen in the midst of all of this. And everybody trying to pull you over there. Well, that's what we're here to say. We're not going over there. We're not going out to Dar al-Hijra. We go out there to visit. We're not going over to this place or that place, right? When they come down to instituting the Quran and the Sunnah, right? And traveling in the earth and see what was the end of people before, right? That they learn hikmah, wisdom, right? And then they use what our four things, their reason, right? To do what they're doing at that time. So it sounds like a big joke. Jokes are going to be on them, though. I mean, imagine. Because some people ask us sometime, what I tell them is, they said, you really believe all that stuff? I say, yeah, I'm not only believe it, I'm convinced that it's right. Well, suppose you're wrong. So, well, I'm not taking no chance. You don't tell me to do nothing bad. You don't tell me to get drunk, become an alcoholic, to beat my wife and children. And you don't tell me none of that, right? So all it tells us is good. So I'm not taking no chances, right? Like you take all the chances you want. You can live dangerously, which I believe you might be, living very dangerous. But I'm not going to do it. Okay. So this closing statements, we've been archivists, documentalists, chroniclers, historians, educators, and trainers. We've been trying to collect and preserve a certain historical reality. And we have. And now we want to share that with the people. It's going to take a lot of willpower, a lot of fortitude, a lot of tenacity, tenaciousness. We're going to have endurance. You know, in Spanish, duro means hard, right? Duro, muy duro. Endurance means that you have to become very resistant, hard against that foolishness, right? But soft against goodness. We should get a resistance award here, that we've been able to resist. I mean, I know everybody don't understand it, but we done resisted boss man and everything they got to throw at us, and it ain't causing us no harm. No physical harm, no psychological harm. And anything that happens that looks bad, don't worry. Before closing, what's boss man look like today? Big boss man, remember? Boss man economy, where's it headed? In a tank. When the last time boss man won a war? Before any of y'all was born. He lost in Korea. That was 1950 to 51. I don't think 53. He lost that. The last war that boss man won was when everybody else in the war was fighting over there 2 times. Remember World War I? He was fighting in Europe for 3 years. 1914, 15, 16, and 17. Boss man come in 1918. Right? And whoop everybody. And then he gets big. World War II, 1939, they started. Technically, some of it started, the Japanese against China, 1931. But 1937, the rape of Nanking in China, 1937. But 1939, U.S. didn't get into the war till December 7th, 1941. That's years later. Everybody else is tired in both wars. They're already tired, right? They're in their 5th or 6th round. And they're tired already. Boss man come in, jumping up and down, building ships, and he just whoops everybody and takes everything. That's the last time he won anything. Right? When that war was over in 1945, I was about a few months old. Yeah, I was a few months old. So I didn't see it, but I was there, right? That's the last time, and you see what I look like. I'm a senior citizen, 76 years old. That's the last time Boss Man done whooped anybody in the ring. The last time. He lost in Korea, 1950 to 1953. He lost in Vietnam. Y'all seen it in movies on Vietnam? When the people is hanging on them helicopters on top of the U.S. Embassy? The Vietnamese trying to get away, right? And the Americans pushing them off. You can't go with Boss Man. Boss Man gone. Bye-bye. But I helped you, Boss Man. I loved you. I gave everything. My kids are here. I don't care. You got to stay here with them Reds, them commies. But we've been fighting them all the time. That's too bad. Ain't nothing I can do. My hands is tied. That's what they tell you.